Seeing that there are no questions, at this time we will go out for public discussion. Is there someone from the public that would like to speak on this item?
Thank you, Mayor, Council members. Bob Weeks, 2451 Regency Lakes Court in Wichita. I first of all want to start off by saying that I don't blame this firm and the next firm that's asking for a similar type of thing. These firms are really forced to hunt for and find these subsidies today because their competitors do, and they find that they must also as well to remain competitive. And by competitors, I don't simply mean companies that are in the same industry, but competitors in a broad sense, because all companies in Wichita compete in the same market for labor, land, and capital. So it's really all firms that are forced to hunt and find these subsidies because other companies in town do. I really have to question the need for these forgivable loans, partly because they're really small in compared to the total investment that the companies are making. So I have to wonder, what is the justification for making them? But the bigger question we really need to look at is, how do we know that these two companies today are the correct companies to invest taxpayers' funds in? How are we sure that we have the right policies in place to identify companies in which to invest the taxpayers' money? I would submit that we really can't know the answers to either of these questions. There's something that economists call the knowledge-power discrepancy, where the vast knowledge and information about the economy is dispersed throughout the city, as a matter of fact throughout the world, since we have a global economy today. So knowledge about where to invest, how to invest, when to invest is dispersed throughout the economy, but the power to invest is concentrated here in City Hall in the bureaucrats that are behind me and the elected officials that I am speaking to right now. You know, somewhere in Wichita, if we're lucky, there's a small company, if we're really lucky, many such small companies that are working on something that may become the next Cessna or Rent-A-Center or Pizza Hut, or maybe success on even a smaller scale. We can't identify these companies right now. I mean, if we could, I would throw all of my savings and investments in these companies and then be able to retire. But we just can't identify these companies. But they're there. We know that they're there. They have to be there. And we need to nurture them. But since we can't identify them, the only way we can nurture them is by creating a low-tax environment with reasonable regulation that benefits all companies equal, the ones that we try to identify and the ones that we can't. So what I would urge this body to do, if you decide to give this, make these grants in terms of forgivable loan today, is that you find somewhere to reduce city spending by an equal amount. This will help the city recognize the cost of these incentives, and we also need to do this when the city makes expenditures through its tax system, as in the case when we give tax abatements accompanying industrial revenue bonds, or when we give tax abatements through the EDX program. That would be my recommendation to this body if we decide to go ahead and grant these forgivable loans today. Thank you, and I'd be happy to answer a question if there is.
Okay. Are there any questions? No questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.